Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to talk to you today about how South Korea's presidential election is coming up. You're going to have Lee Jae-myung, who is the same political party as Moon Jae-in, the ruling Democratic Party, the Liberal Party, not far-left party. A minor candidate, Shim Sang-jung, she represents the Justice Party, which is a very far-left progressive party. But then you have Yoon Seok-Yeol, who represents the People Power Party, which is a conservative party, moderate to conservative party. Well, I am endorsing Yoon Seok-Yeol. He is a moderate to conservative candidate. He represents strong relationship with the United States. He also represents strengthening ties with Japan as well. And he says that ties between Japan and South Korea have been at their worst since 1965, but in order for South Korea and Japan to have two strengthened ties, that Japan has to recognize the brutality of their colonial past. Then he says he'll strengthen ties with them. He also says that that South Korea, the Moon Jae-in government, which is true, has not ran an aggressive tone towards China, and China has taken a lot of advantage of South Korea. They basically regarded kimchi as traditional Chinese food when it's traditional South Korean food. China has also not allowed South Korea to defend themselves. When South Korea allowed the United States to deploy the THAAD there, that was to deter North Korean nuclear missiles, not Chinese missiles, but it could monitor Chinese military movements. Well, China got upset and demanded that South Korea remove the THAAD, and that was ridiculous with what China did, and China boycotted a lot of South Korean goods over that. And it was really unnecessary to do, and that's one reason there's such a high anti-China sentiment in South Korea right now. Also, in a lot of Asian and Olympic games, a lot of Chinese athletes have been known to cheat in a lot of those games and the referees not strictly enforce that. And the candidate Yoon Seok-Yeol is taking a hardline approach towards North Korea, and he's taking a hardline approach towards China. And it seems like the majority of the South Korean public is on board with that. Lee Jae-myung does not offer any other economic incentives other than to continue Moon Jae-in's economic policies, which has been a large failure, and South Korea's economy is in the tank at the moment. And Shim Sang-jung has basically just been a labor activist most of her life and just encouraged strikes in factories and doesn't have a comprehensive economic plan. The only thing she's the only major presidential candidate that does support homosexuality rights in South Korea, and sometimes that can be a touchy issue. But Yoon Seok-Yeol is leading in the polls because it was going to be a four-way race, but the candidate who was representing a moderate political party there and was going to take a good bit of the votes and was probably going to finish a strong third in the race, he decided to, An Chul-soo is his full name, An Chul-soo, well, he decided to drop out of the race and work with Yoon Seok-Yeol to try to help get the Democratic Party out of power and to put South Korea towards a conservative movement. What I firmly believe is back in the right direction. Well, since that has happened, his lead in the poll, Yoon Seok-Yeol's lead in the polls has really climbed over Lee Jae-myung. So we shall see come March the 9th. I'm crossing my fingers because the last time in 2016 when there was congressional elections, the Conservative Party at the time was the Saeun-ri Party, and they were expected to just take all kinds of seats in Congress from the Liberal Party at the time, the Min-ju Party. Now they're basically the Democratic Party. Well, it didn't happen that way, and the Min-ju Party actually got the majority in Congress by one seat. Didn't much change because they couldn't really pass much because it was a hung Congress, but it still shocked all the newspapers and all the election predictions and everything. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care. God bless them. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.